Welcome everybody to episode 311 of the effing title.
Been a lot of names down. No, some 311 for you. Sorry.
I'm Big Husky,
And I'm DeNutte.
and we're coming to you guys with one that I wasn't sure if you were going to want to do.
Okay. Oh, well, a lot of people were talking about it,
Yeah.
and my girlfriend watched it, and she was obsessed with it, but she's also obsessed with K-pop.
Okay, fair. One of my friends.
So she watched it twice. It's the first time I've ever seen her watch a movie twice.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah, because she's not a big movie person.
Oh,
she's
okay.
Not. Yeah, so she's like, yep.
So I had a friend. I saw the trailer for this a while ago, and I was like, okay, that looks like that could be fun, right? Like that sort of thing. Would I watch it? No idea. I just thought it would be fun. And then I had a friend recently then say, like, I'm watching it right now. Oh my god, you need to watch it. And then I started listening to the soundtrack. And now all I do is listen to the soundtrack. And then I finally watched the movie. And I still listen to the soundtrack. I was listening to Your Idol while I was in the store today.
Did you use my Netflix?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, yeah. We're reviewing K-pop Demon Hunters.
Soda Pop.
Soda Pop. I was singing that at work last week.
It's catchy.
Yeah, my soda pop, my little soda pop, pop. Yeah. So, if you can't tell from my reaction, I loved this movie. I loved it.
Yeah.
I don't know about you.
Oh, I have thoughts on it. It's not going to be. It's not the same as you.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like that's why I'm interested because like when you were like I like the idea. I was like, okay, this is gonna be interesting then because yeah.
So it's very funny. So like I said, my girlfriend watched it twice.
Mm-hmm.
And then she after we finished it, she's like she went back and rewind it to different parts and pointed stuff out of like the story, and she's like, "You could talk about this in the podcast." And I was
that's cool. Right. Okay.
And I'm like, she's never done that. I was like, all right.
Yeah, that's cool.
So all right. I won't sit on this forever. And this is exactly what I said to her. I was like, I really like the premise of it, but like my least favorite part about the movie is the K-pop stuff.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. The songs are catchy and fun, but K-pop is not for me.
Yeah. I mean,
that's not.
Yeah, that's fair.
And that's me. It's like I have nothing against it. It's like not for me. I'm like,
I've never really like listened to a whole lot of K-pop. I've listened to some, right? But yeah, no. When I think Your Idol may have been the first song I heard from out and about.
Which one is that?
That's the final song.
Okay.
Yeah. Where the like we are the bad guys.
Not the climax. The conclusion song.
Yeah. It's like we are the bad guys. This is the best song that you've heard so far.
Yeah.
That song. Yeah. When I heard that, I just kind of immediately was like, okay. Let me phrase it. I heard. Because I actually have the soundtrack up here just in case. Where was it? It was the How It's Done. I heard How It's Done first. And I was like, okay, this is catchy. I kind of dig this. Like, there's a cool vibe to this. Right? Like, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And then I heard Soda Pop. And I hated it.
Yeah.
I hated it. And then...
You were like them. You're like, oh.
Then I heard Your Idol. I was like, okay, this is sick. I can vibe with this. And then Soda Pop has slowly grown on me to the point where I'm sitting there at work washing dishes being like, Soda Pop.
Okay, if you can't see, there's a little dance where you just bob your shoulders. That's the Soda Pop.
Yeah.
Soda Pop dance.
So it's one of those things where it's like it's grown on me. I would say that.
Yeah.
I've never really K-pop is complete brand territory. Just
if you had asked me if you were a K-pop fan, I would have been like, obvious. Yeah.
Me?
Yeah. So, well, that's the thing. I think that's like you're a big Viking guy.
Yeah.
I feel like that lends to like, you're like, oh, I love like dark, manly things, but also I love cute, cuddly pink things.
There's, I mean, you're not wrong there, though.
I feel like there's a big crossover in that crowd.
There is.
And it's not a judgment. I mean, look, this, you can never see it. I have a Pink Pony Club, like...
Oh, yeah. Well, it's like, it's a very niche thing, too, like what you just said. I mean, I have my little hard-eyed Pachimari here. Yeah. I mean, my logo is pink, black, and white. Like, you know, it was just one of those things where it's like... the boy band aspect of it kind of hit back to the old like Backstreet Boys and Sync, like Husky when he was just a little guy, you know, like.
Well,
and then,
you gotta think about it. There's no like boy bands or girl bands in America. It's all like, and then it's this resurgence of like the K-pop. It like kind of filled that, because even look at the last Western like boy band. It was One Direction, and that was like a British band. Yeah, exactly. You know, so it wasn't even like. Shit.
And
when's the last?
I mean, the crazy thing as well is that like these weren't like pre-made bands doing this. This is just people singing these songs. Like these weren't like that's the thing that blows my mind out of the whole thing, is like there wasn't like oh hey, let's get these three people because they sing really well together. They're already an established band. Like let's bring them in. Let's have them do the thing. Yeah. No, this is just.
That's actually one of the things Kat paused on. It was the rapper from the boy band. He was like, she was like, this really reminds me of this guy that's in this group. And I was like, I already forget who it is.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. It's like, if you look at it, like, it's the interesting thing as well as I will say this is that, and now mind you, this is Wikipedia, so God knows if this is correct or not. But like, for instance, Rumi, the voice actress for Rumi is Arden Chow, right? But then there's also a lot.
The singing voice.
Yeah, provides a singing voice. But then it's like you look at Arden Chow, and Arden Chow, it says, is an American actress, singer, and model. So it's interesting that some of like every one of these has like their own singing voice along with like the normal voice, which I thought was kind of interesting because even when they're singing, it doesn't feel like, you know, it's like it feels like it's the same voice. Like it doesn't seem like there's a disconnect between them.
I'm looking up. There's this musical anime that came out a couple years ago that was pretty good.
Is it the one? Is it the one with? Is it the one with like Taron Egerton and he's like and he's like a gorilla?
No. That's Sing.
Okay.
But it's an actual anime.
Okay.
Where it did a Japanese version and they brought it to America. Let me look it up. It was very good. But oh God, what's it called? Okay. Either way, it was about like almost like this like MMO online, and it's almost like Sword Art in a way. You think Sword Art, where you wear this like device, and it creates an avatar for you of like your inner self. So you don't make your avatar; it just makes it like the version of yourself that like it thinks you are and what you should be, I guess. And so it's about this girl who all she wants to do is sing, right? And her vocal cords are damaged, so she can't sing in real life. But in the game, she is like the most famous singer in the world.
Oh, okay, that's kind of
cool.
She
sings in the game. She's a pop star in the game, and she's just like this like high school girl who's like has like one friend, and everyone like makes fun of her, and they like talk about her like this character while in school, and they're like, you don't know who that is.
Yeah, you know who that is. Meanwhile, she's sitting there like, yeah, I am that person.
But the voice actor they got for that was just this like no name theater girl who like sings, and she still doesn't have a lot of followers, but she did the singing and the voice acting, and it was pretty good.
The K-pop aspect of it has been interesting as well because like I've been seeing, of course, because it's just like one of those things. It's like I just randomly listen to the songs now. Like I'll throw Golden on just randomly throughout the day, right? Yeah. But then like I've been seeing people doing reactions to it, and seeing the amount of diversity in people that are doing reactions to it, but then vibing to this. Because like you said before, it's like you have heard that people were talking good about this. And, like, it's one of those things. Like it's not just like a.
Well, it's got like a crazy rating even on Rotten Tomatoes and like the audience score.
I was gonna say on Rotten
it's like
Tomatoes,
97 or something.
It's let's see here. On Rotten Tomatoes right now, it's a 97.
Yeah, so it's
a 97 on Rotten Tomatoes. It's a 77 on Metacritic. It's a 78 on IMDb, and 84% of people liked this that were Google users.
Yeah. So,
and the popcorn.
It was very good. I really like the premise of it. Is that like there are demons in the world, and like they have the sworn protectors that like they sing and that battles the demons. Like that's kind of a cool concept. I like that.
I like as well that they did it right at the very beginning of them, like
Yeah.
very, very kind of. I'm gonna word it like this, and this isn't a diss or any. Very MCU esque, and like here's the story.
Like, this is what it is.
Yeah,
and now you're
within the first 10 minutes, it's like here's
Yeah,
what we're doing,
it wasn't
and then you go
very
from there.
long either. I think it was just a straight hour and a half.
Yeah, it was an hour
whatever
and a half,
it was.
just 100 minutes on the dot.
Yeah,
But yeah,
so-
like going straight into it, being like, here it is. There's always these singers, and they have to fix the I gotta look it up before. I think it's the Honmoon. They gotta fix the Honmoon. They gotta maintain the Honmoon to keep the demons away, like that sort of thing. Which also, by the way, I saw something that said that the reason why the world didn't end in 2012 is because Psy fixed the Honmoon with Gangnam Style.
Gangnam Style. Yeah. Okay.
I saw
All
that
right.
meme online. I was like, that's weird and hilarious how that works.
You're like, yep. He brought balance.
He brought balance.
Which is funny because he's like, I always laugh at that because he's like a real anti-establishment guy and he just makes these pop songs. So I had a couple problems with the movie. I really, like I said, I really like the world building.
Yep.
So we have this girl group.
Yep.
And it's like they're the stars. I don't like how it really only focused on the story of the center girl here.
Rumi.
I cannot remember her name.
Rumi.
She was a half demon. Her mother was human,
Yep.
and she was one of the singers.
So we have
I really wish
What is it,
we
Rumi?
like how they said like here's a story. It established that like these girls are the protectors. Like I wanted to know more about the protectors. I wanted to know more about these other two girls. Like we knew nothing about them. Even like throughout the whole movie.
There's very little clues that they did drop in like some of the songs.
I'm out here talking about character development. I'm like,
well, I mean, there is a lot of character development. It's mainly with Rumi and with Jinnu. That's the main character.
If you think about,
and then
the boy band,
Yeah.
I don't think a single one of them had a line in the entire movie. Besides,
other than them randomly singing at points, I agree with you.
yeah, they didn't have like not a single line. Which I mean, okay, they were demons, I guess. Like,
Well, and that's
but
one of the
they had
things that
had to be some sort of like intelligence, like
that was-
other than just like a demon.
Because one of the things that I was thinking of there was something I saw, because of course, as soon as I like 2 songs on TikTok, guess what my TikTok feed was for an entire day.
Yeah,
I can get away from it.
this has not made it to my TikTok.
Yeah, it's great that it does when it does, because it's hilarious when it does, but at the same time, it just floods it. But one of them was saying that it, like, at one point in the movie, it very much just goes, bang, this is a K-drama. And that's where I think where we get the main, like, yes, there's the 3 protectors, yes, there's the boy band, but the movie is really just about Rumi and Jinnu.
Yeah,
And that's it.
you know what? I actually didn't think there was enough singing. If you ask me,
I, to an extent, agree.
I just said my biggest problem is the K-pop stuff. It's like at the same time, there wasn't a lot of songs.
Yeah, it's so there's the soundtrack from the Netflix film K-pop Demon Hunters. If you can buy it on DVD, ships August 8th, by the way. It has 12 tracks on it. However,
I would have guessed there were only 4 songs.
However, Take Down is the first track, and that's sung by the band Twice, which is a real life band, real life K-pop trio.
Yeah.
But then it's How It's Done, Soda Pop, Golden, Strategy by Twice, yet again the real life one. Then you have Take Down by the Huntrix, Your Idol, Free, and What It Sounds Like. So there's only 7 songs, really, in the movie.
Yeah. If you'd asked me, I was like, yeah, there's probably 4 songs. There's Soda Pop. There's the other song they had.
It's
Golden,
one of those things where there's so you have How It's Done, which is on the airplane.
Yeah.
Then you have Soda Pop, which of course is, in the middle of the damn street. Golden, which is their big song.
Their single that they put out.
The big single.
Panic.
Takedown was the song they were going to write for the battle, that they kind of like sing at different points, and Rumi's just kind of like, I don't want to do this, I don't like this. Then you have Your Idol, which is the big bad song. You have Free, which is when Rumi and Jinnu are together and they're kind of just like walking across the rooftop singing to each other. There's that one, and then the last one, which is what it sounds like, which is the finale song.
I think that might have been my favorite song, though. The song with the two of them.
Oh yeah, no, it's that song is fantastic. Like that's the thing is like I will say this. I don't think any of the songs miss.
No.
And like I said, Soda Pop for me, like I didn't like it at first, but it was one of those things where like after a while, like like I said, I'm worse.
So you think about it, that song between them was like the only kind of musical song where it's like, they're all musical songs. Don't get me wrong, but it's more this is like something that would be in a musical.
Yes. All the other songs are like these are songs that are songs. That is more like musical, kind of intimate between the two of them. You know, that sort of thing. And
it's not like it's not like a produced song. This is the song they sing together.
And so one of the things I was going to say is that like there's like little like it is this story really. Now that you say that, it is about just Rumi and Jinnu. Like that's it.
Yeah.
And I would love to know more about Mira and Zoe. I love Zoe, first of all. So I fucking.
Is she the tall one?
No, Zoe's the.
She's the okay.
Yeah, she's the rapper. She's the American.
She's American.
Yeah. See,
I like the tall one.
Yeah, so the tall one, Mira. So in one of the songs of Mira, it says about how like she's like the black sheep of the family, and like she always she's the wild girl and she made problems, but now she's getting paid, and that's in one of the song lyrics. And then with Zoe, they like do like an interview with like some of the people, like with the kids or whatever. And one of them was like, "It's really cool that Zoe like grew up in America and like she raps and she like can just go at it with the boys and like that sort of thing." So like they drop the little like hints of these characters and a little bit of backstory, but it's like very subtle in like you know, but yeah. So okay, so that was the first one. Was they didn't have enough of the supporting? Like
that's how I felt.
Yeah,
like
no. I mean, I completely like after you said it, I just said, you know, it's like, yeah, no, I 100% agree. This is about Rumi and Jinnu. Not like that's
even the girl that's your favorite. I think they had the least about her.
Oh, probably yeah.
She was just like kind of there. At times. Yeah, and there was a lot of conflict between
Mira
and the main girl.
Yes.
Yes, and so there's because she's like something's wrong.
Yeah,
what's up?
And that's they kind of hint at that a little bit in different points where like she kind of like Mira's like always the one that's like combative and like she's always the one going at it, where Zoe's kind of more of just like the like I just want to hang out and just kind of, you know, do things like that sort of thing. So yeah, no, like I said, I agree. I agree, but I'm not. It isn't a negative for me.
Yeah.
I like the fact that it like we had these other characters. They provided what they needed to provide, but the story was Rumi and Jin, which I'm now like more fully realizing now that we're, you know,
which like it's obviously what they went for, which is that's just like a personal problem of mine.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so what else you got?
Kat pointed out one thing where like the scene where they did their song and they're like that woman came up with bracelets.
Yep.
I was like, you get one for your girlfriend. Kat pointed out in that ending scene when they all were dressed as demons, he's wearing it.
Yep. Well, so when they're about to like when they're in like the demon realm, and the tiger comes up next to him. When he's like fully like now like I'm gonna screw her over, I'm gonna screw them all over, like that sort of thing. Like at that scene when the tiger comes up next to him, the tiger has it in his mouth, like to give to him, like here, like take this sort of thing.
So is the tiger not in the crow not bad because they're there at the end?
Yeah, I'm not sure if they're not bad or what really. I know that they are. Oh, how do I word it? They are like mythological. Things. I'll word it like that. I know that much. That's about all I know.
They exist in some sort of sphere outside of this.
Yes. I will say this: the tiger had maybe the tiger in the quote maybe had the funniest moment in the entire movie. In my point, where he knocks over the pot. And then he's like trying to slowly pick it up. And then it goes to Rumi, and Rumi looks at him, and the crow just kind of goes.
There was another scene he knocked something over, and it was very quickly, and it was like a basket, and he couldn't get it back over too. I did like the scene where she's like, "Why does a bird have a hat?" He's like, "Well, I made it for the tiger."
He just smirks. Yeah,
Yeah,
like the scenes with them is very small scenes, but they're so good. They're so
yeah.
good.
It's a real Timon and Pumbaa situation going on with no words.
Oh yes,
Yeah. So
yeah. Okay, that
yeah,
makes so much more sense now. Why like
yeah,
we kind of are drawn to it. Yeah.
yeah.
Um.
What did you? All right. What are your strong points? I want to hear yours because I've really just talked about mine, which were kind of negative, I guess. But
Well, I mean,
um,
I wouldn't even say yours are negative. Yours were more just kind of like your like, because to
I
an
think
ex,
I think they were like kind of strong things for a movie that's has
I
a
was
97.
I would say this for it being
It is original. Yeah,
completely original in a very
yeah.
specific space, which is anime
It is very it's
and
K-pop.
an anime K-pop musical.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
It is crazy how it is taken over. Just
yeah,
period. I saw something online that just said someone was like, you know what, F it, country demon hunters, sign us up. Death metal demon hunters, sign us up. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, you know what though, that'd actually be kind of cool. Like that sort of thing came into my mind. But at the same time, I kind of just want it to be just this one. No,
it's number 2 right now in top 10.
yeah.
Yeah,
So some of my strong points were, I think, that visually phenomenal.
yeah.
I
It was
think,
very like it was a mixture of like claymation and like Spider Verse because everything was kind of jittery. Like it was claymation.
yeah. There was also those scenes where when they were doing the extra like animations of the face, when they're
Yeah,
getting all hyped up and everything, and their eyes are bugging out, or when like the soldier boys were throwing the hearts at people.
yeah.
Very claymation with them being just kind of out and about.
I did like that scene where they're like, "Arr!" And they all,
Yeah,
yeah, that was funny.
they're all hyping each
And then
other up.
when they were munching food.
Oh yeah, like then that's the thing is like I like just it was such a it didn't draw you out of the film when they did the facial changes and that kind of over the top animation style. It didn't drag you out because it's just like you're already kind of at that giggly kind of like he I'm having
It
fun.
kind of, like the movement's like kind of very Wallace and Gromit. Like
Oh, there's some scenes where they're dancing in soda pop, and like the legs are bending in ways legs should not bend, and like
yeah,
once you notice it once, then you can't stop unnoticing it. But like it was a I liked so one I liked the style. I thought the style of the movie was fantastic. Like I said, the fact that it was a anime musical of a very specific musical choice that it's been able to do as much as it has is
yeah. Well, I
unreal.
guess maybe that's the commentary. Like it's that, and like my problems with it were like the end of like this is like we're talking about this like it's like this like big budget. I don't know what the budget was, but like it's like this like
I mean, we can find out.
huge movie that came out. It's not just like
Well, that's the thing.
like over the weekend on Friday. I once saw F1,
Yep.
and that movie is kind of getting different reviews. And I sat there. What's that face?
Take a guess. If this is correct,
Yeah.
take a guess at how
Budget?
what the budget is. Now, mind you, this is me just looking it up in Google. So God knows,
I want maybe 15 million.
70.
Way higher than I thought it was going to be.
Now, what I will say is this: is that it says the animated musical film K-pop Demon Hunters had a budget of 70 mil. This movie from Sony Pictures Animation,
So,
yeah,
Spider Verse.
yep. Despite the high initial cost, the film has been well received and is currently a popular title on streaming platform.
I'm surprised. I guess probably a lot of that went to. What's wrong with you? I thought a lot of the budget probably went to the animation because it's the same thing that happened with Spider Verse.
Yeah, I'm assuming so. I mean, it would make sense, right? But yeah, so and that's things like now that we know that Sony Pictures Animation, it makes sense, you know. I I'll say this.
ready.
So I'm reading this here, and it says, K-pop Demon Hunters originated from Kang's desire to create a story inspired by her Korean heritage, drawing on elements of mythology, demonology, and K-pop to craft a visually distinct and culturally rooted film. I love mythology. That's a big thing for me personally. Like you know this, I know that.
Yep.
The people may not know this. I love mythology. I love learning about mythology and all the different things with it. So, like, when they started doing that, immediately I'm kind of in as well. How much of it is actually real? Like, real? Who knows? Right?
Yeah.
Like, 'cause I haven't looked it up. But, like, so, I would also say like I said, the music didn't miss. For me, it was honestly, this is just a good film. Like, at the end of the day, it's just a good film. Like, it's...
So you look at that budget, right?
Yeah.
And you're like, it's good. Would have been not successful if it had gone to theaters, you think? As successful as this?
I see, that's the thing. I don't know.
I think because it's tough, because it's like, it's super popular, and it's like a lot of things, like you look at a lot of movies, right?
Yeah.
Movies that didn't do well in theaters that have really like blown up on streaming, even like still. Like a Netflix, the top 10, The Intern's in the top 10 again. And like, I don't think that movie was that popular in theaters.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're familiar with The Intern.
I gotta look it up because it sounds familiar, but at the same time it doesn't. Oh, it's that one. It's the one with De Niro. Yeah.
Anne Hathaway and De Niro, and he's like,
he's her sister. He's her assistant at 70 or something like that.
Yeah, he's an intern.
That's it.
He's a 70-year. Yeah, it's a senior intern program. I saw it. I like the movie. It has Adam Devine's in it. A couple other like funny actors are in it. Yeah. So but at the end of the day, like there's a bunch of podcasts where Devine's like talking about how like he's like, yeah, I've run into De Niro and he definitely does not know who I am. He's like, I did a movie with you.
Yeah, I mean it says as a 60.
So like my thing is that maybe streaming was the best choice for it.
That's the thing is, it's because even these days, I feel like even for big, already well-established pictures, it has been tough for them at the movie theaters.
Except for How to Train Your Dragon. I guess that's popping off right now.
Oh yeah. Apparently, early reviews are already in for Jurassic World. What is it? What is the new one called?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't remember the name of it now. But yeah, no, it's not looking good. But then at the same time, then someone I saw on Twitter posted up a thing that showed that the critics have never liked the movies. Like, it's just gone down. And the audience scores just stayed in the high 80s the entire time. So it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, critics hate dinosaur movies. Like,
I guess, like, if you look at the first one, it's like that's like still like, it still holds up.
Oh, yeah.
And it just, I mean, I love the second one and the third one. The Jurassic World one, I like Chris Pratt. People are very torn on Chris Pratt. I like the Chris Pratt ones. They just felt weird, and so maybe I guess this is just another. It is a reboot. If you look at it, at the end of the day, it is a reboot. Yeah. Because it's a different cast, it's a different story. They're like, here's Scarlett Johansson. Let's see if she can save it.
Yeah, it's one of those things where, like, I think they did a trilogy, and then they did the first Jurassic World, and that did well, and they were like, how do we turn this into a trilogy? And I don't think they ever really had a true plan for it. But
I didn't care for the second one. Third one was better.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I mean, it's tough to say a lot of good things about this movie, because there is just, like, to me, it's just like, it's one of those things. It's like I said, I think the music is fantastic. I like the animation, and I like the actual premise of everything. Like, at the end of the day, what else is there, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
it was entertaining. You liked it. You're listening to the music.
Yeah. I mean, I have like on my, so I have for the last couple of years, I make a whatever the year is Husky Vibes playlist, right? And it's one of those things. It's like right now, if I look at my Husky Vibes playlist, okay, With You, Dean Lewis, Decisions, Big Rose 6, Afterlife, Evanescence, Lonely Dirt Road, Dax, Say That You Love Me, Let Down, Goddess, Written by Wolves, Big X the Plug, Home, and then it's just Your Idol, Soda Pop, Golden, What It Sounds Like, and Free. You know, and that's the thing is I listen to them a lot. I really do like and enjoy the songs.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things. At the end of the day, it's refreshing to get something that is so wildly new. And I'll word it like that. I could be 1,000,000% wrong, and there could be something just like this. If there is, let me know. But for me, this is wildly new.
Wildly new for a Western audience, for sure.
Yeah. That has been...
I mean, has there been any Western... There has to be, like, Korean K-pop movies. There has to be.
Yeah, there has to be.
But is there any, like, Western K-pop movies?
Yeah, I mean, the only... I mean, and it's one of those things where... I mean, let me look this up before I just start saying this, and then suddenly it's like, oh, look, this dude's an idiot. So this does say pop
Well, we are
group.
idiots, so it doesn't matter.
Fair. It does say pop group. The only real thing like K-pop wise that I know of is like KDA, which is like the League of Legends thing.
Okay, yes.
And then even then it's like KDA, Les Seraphim, because that was the Overwatch one.
Yeah.
And then
what was the last boy band movie you saw, or girl band?
Movie?
Yeah, I can name two right now.
I mean, Spice Girls World Tour.
Spice Girls.
Yeah.
And then Josie and the Pussycats.
Yep.
Remember that banger? Oh,
yeah.
But that was, you gotta think about that was late 90s, early 2000s. So,
yeah.
I mean, when's the last time we got a boy band?
It's not. I mean, it's not a boy band movie, but the only thing I can think of
a girl
is
a strong group movie.
The only thing for a boy band movie that I can think of, it's not a boy band movie at all, but it's Magic Mike, I think 2 or 3, where Joe Manganiello is in the gas station dancing to try and get the girl to smile.
I think that's 3.
Yeah.
I can't. I've seen them all. I have seen them all. I saw them in theaters.
That's the only thing I can think of a boy band. Don't ask me why, but I mean, yeah, boy band movie.
It's a band of boys.
I mean, I just typed in boy band movie and it came up with an actual thing. Like, it's just this boy band movie. Boy band. Yeah, no, I want, like, here. Films about boy bands. Wow, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Okay. All right. Give them to me.
Better Man. Big Time Rush. Boy Band. Boy Town. Boys. With a Z. Unlimited. Bring the Soul, the movie.
Yeah.
Get Ready for Boys, voiced.
Okay.
Tokimeki Restaurant Miracle 6, and Trolls Band Together.
Oh, then we can call Boys in the Hood.
You know, it's like
what was not Boys in the Hood? What was the one about the Ice Cube one? Or am I forgetting the name of that group?
Oh yeah.
Straight Outta Compton.
Yeah, there we go.
But then, you know, what's really funny is in the late 90s, Chris Rock came out with a rap group movie that was like a spoof.
Yeah.
So he did that first. I think it was called CBD. It's not called CBD, but it's something. It's like an acronym, like it's a 3-letter thing like that.
The only other one that I can think of right now, and it's not a boy band movie at all, it's just a musical, is the one in where they remixed a bunch of really good songs and Julianne Ho is in it.
Oh.
Rock of Ages.
CB4, the Chris Rock movie.
CB4, okay. I was thinking Rock of Ages. That was
1993 movie.
Wow.
That's an older.
Yeah, I mean, like that's the thing is, it's like, and like you look at the space where we are with movies right now, and how everybody's saying they want original movies, they want original movies, they want original movies, they want original movies. People are getting original movies, and then not watching them, first of all, or not even giving them a chance.
And now you bring that up, going back to F1, that's a big thing. Is like F1 is an original movie.
Yep. And
people are kind of trashing it, but I'm kind of partial because it's the same director as Tron Legacy.
Oh, really? That's funny.
And Top Gun Maverick. So it's very. If you saw Top Gun Maverick, I don't know if you saw that.
I have not seen it.
It's like on par with the quality of Top Gun Maverick. And it's funny because the problem people have with that movie is that it's like the storylines are too dramatic. It's not realistic. You're like, dude, it is a movie, but like the driving is accurate. They're like, that's the whole thing. It's like produced by, there's like two top drivers right now. It's Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah.
And Lewis Hamilton is like, I don't think there's. Again, here's another thing I'm gonna be talking about. People are gonna be like, you're stupid. Is F1. F1 has got such a huge fan base, and like, it's, you know, they are the best drivers in the world.
Yeah.
Lewis Hamilton is like one of the last drivers who's going to be not from like money.
Yeah.
He's just like a normal a guy from England, you know, like
dude that made
because like the cost to be in these so like it costs so much to run an F1 team. Mm-hmm. Like the whole there's this like a couple races where Brad Pitt, star of F1, breaks his car a bunch of times, and he breaks like the front wing, and that wing every time he breaks it's $200,000. Jeez. That's how much a new one it costs to put in. So like you just look at that and it's like you're never gonna have like you can't just like if someone's investing a ton of money, they're not going to invest money into someone they don't know. They're going to be like, yeah, here's my son, which has been happening. Like there's a lot of drivers that are just like the son of the owner. But so like that's a big tangent, a very original idea, a very original story, and people were like, I don't like it. Like, so that's just like the same thing with this. Very original story. I don't think there are a lot of people that are going, I don't like it though. So,
well, it's funny because it's like I'm looking. So I'm just kind of looking right now because like on the nice thing Wiki does, they kind of just have a bunch of different stuff. So like they have a whole reception part and it's showing like, you know, like what people think and everything. And it's interesting looking through this and just kind of seeing some of the different things, just like because a lot of it's like, you know, like it's not only a love letter to K-pop, but it's also a sharply observed, sometimes unflinching look at the culture that surrounds it. You know, so like there's a lot of like people like putting a lot of right here, recent hit Spider-Verse franchise, and while it shares a similar visual style that the film borrows mostly in its most holistic and technical sense of the cinematic, with fluid action, striking art, and music that serves as a dynamic storytelling tool, which that is also kind of an interesting one too, is like how the music does help with the story to an extent.
Yeah. So here's something though I thought of that is like a complete like you're like that you when I'm going to talk about this, it's like, dude, just watch the movie. You know, like every K-pop group in Korea is owned by the Korean government.
Okay.
So it's all there's no like in Korea. It's not like hey me and my other really attractive friends, let's start a band. It's all very like you know, like One Direction was a supergroup that Simon Cowell put together.
Yeah.
And it's kind of that's what like the Korean government does. They do like these auditions and they throw these people together and they basically make them like indentured servants.
Yeah, so K-pop groups are primarily managed and owned by South Korean entertainment agencies, often referred to as quote-unquote labels. But then the big four, boom.
Yeah, so it's like this weird thing where like they pay for everything and like they're like, we need to make this money back. So like a lot of them don't make any money unless they become like the BTS or these other groups, these huge groups. And then they have to break up because they have to join the military. So my thing is like, what government entity funded this group? Is this demon hunting group a part of the government? Does the government know about demon hunting? Does the government, is it like, are they like, what if happens if they like weren't successful and they weren't the most popular band in the world? Would they be like, I guess demon hunting's dead? Yeah. Like, and then like, what happens if like these girls have to join the military? Because you have to join the military.
Yeah. So like, it's interesting seeing as well like this. So like at the very end here it says, Colbert's main criticism was an overly convenient resolution, as the ending was quote-unquote so neatly tied up that it loses some of the depth that its setup promised.
Okay.
Which I'm like, to me, I read that and I go, it had a happy ending.
It had a happy ending.
Like, like, what do we like? What do you want, guy? Like, it's like they tied it up so neatly that it just loses. It didn't lose. It didn't lose anything. Right before the ending of the movie, you get one of the most heartbreaking moments with spoilers, massive spoilers, massive spoilers.
I was going to bring this up. As soon as I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, with Jinnu sacrificing himself and giving his
Oh,
soul
solid.
to Rumi. Oh no, you weren't going to talk about that one? No, I'm talking about this
No.
one. Yeah.
Okay.
That emotional. Just hits. Bang. Just
Yeah.
really? Like no. This is one of those things. It's like it loses its depth. It's like, how does it lose any depth when you just had that moment? Like, there's no depth being lost here. And then this continues on because it's funny because it's like there's a ton of this that's all talking about how the positives, and then there's like one thing that's talking about the negatives, and then it goes, Ewing felt that the film could have spent more time, and this is one for you, more time building up the other characters' emotional lives, and highlighted that the audience is a bit shortchanged on Rumi's actually very important background. Similarly, Goldberg noted on occasion tonal whiplash and explained that it's not so much that the film needs to discard the emotional elements, but if they were to head in that direction, then they need to provide stronger arcs for Zoe and Mira, who largely play as comic relief until the film's climax.
And also, so my what I was going to say is, like, she's hiding that she's a demon.
Yep.
Right. And I'm like, when they find out, I'm like, are they going to try to murder her?
Yeah. And then and that's like,
They're like torn. They let her go, but like,
well,
it's
that's
like,
the thing. It's
you're
like, so I had kind of been spoiled to an extent because I kind of like watching a bunch of different videos and everything. I saw the twist there where the demons show up as her. But when you watched it, because of course you didn't see any of this stuff, right? When you watched it the first time, when it showed up and it was the three of them on stage and they're singing Takedown, did you think that was actually them for a hot second? Or did you
No.
No? Okay. So, because that's the thing, is it's like, I can see where a lot of people are coming from with saying, like, like, oh, we need to know more, we need to be more invested in them, we need to be more invested in them. The story really just revolves around Rumi.
Yeah.
It's just that it is a trio K-pop group. So, of course, whenever you have any sort of trio, you expect all three to kind of get, to an extent, equal timing, or at least be able to hit on all three of them. Where this movie...
I guess we just have a baby metal situation.
Oh, okay. Fair.
Where it's just the main girl and then the two girls that can be literally whoever is what they do.
Yeah. I mean, and that's the thing, is it's like, I think that, because like each one of them does play a little bit different. I mean, as well, like you look at like when they're doing some of the different songs, just the way they act, and even in their weapons, right? Mira has this long sword. I don't know what the actual name of this thing is. I think it set it up here. She wields a Waldo. The Waldo was a Korean polearm that closely resembled the Chinese Guando, though proportionally smaller.
Okay. Very Korean.
Learn something new. So it's like, but like, there's that, and then Zoe has throwing knives. Two drastically different.
Very Kimiko.
Right, yeah. Two drastically different weapons, right? But it also shows like a lot of the, like, who they are, right? One of them's a polearm because they want to keep everyone away from them, and Mira's very shut off, trying to keep people away from them. Meanwhile, Zoe is just kind of throwing shit at people because, she's the, the punky, poppy kind of, over the top person. Here, I know, that's another thing. Just like, I don't know.
Bro, just watch the movie.
No, it's when I see reviews like that and they say shit like that, it annoys me more than anything. It doesn't upset me. It doesn't make me angry. It just annoys me because it's like one of those things. Was like, oh well, it had a happy ending.
Oh no!
No
like,
shit.
This PG movie,
this PG animated K-pop movie had a happy ending. No shit.
Yeah, I'm like my nitpicky was like, I just wanted the story to be a little bit more developed, I guess. But
well, so then this brings up a question I was going to ask. So taking out of the part of me like making the joke about them doing it with all music genres, right?
Yeah.
Do you think this would have been just as successful, if not more successful or less successful, kind of like where we think would be, if this was like a 12-part animated series. Because that's the thing, is like I've recently started thinking about this, because you know that anytime anything original happens, the set is a one-off. It's just boom, here's a story. As soon as it gets successful, you know the studio's always in the ear, the director's always in the ear. You need to make a sequel, or you need to make a prequel, or we need to do more of this, right? And that always happens. So it's one of those things where I started thinking about that, and it's like, if they did this as a series, would it have been as successful as it has been right now?
I don't think so, because like movies are like, you know, a lot of people have I don't know, it's tough because like it's a short movie.
Yeah.
People have a short attention span. They have a hard time watching movies, but they can sit. You know, it's like the thing people always talk about. They can sit and watch 12 episodes of a show at once.
Yeah, because we talked about that heavily when Rebel Moon came out. It's like, oh, we can't watch a 2.5 hour movie, but they'll sit down and watch all of Stranger Things when it first comes out. You know.
Exactly. Yeah. And so, especially the way Stranger Things is going with time frames, it's just I don't think so. I think this is like hit the sweet spot. Because, like I was saying, like maybe I don't think it performs as well in
theaters.
Oh, there was another musical movie that came out like 2 or 3 years ago. It was a remake, and it was Gem and the Rhinestones.
Oh, yeah. God, what was that?
GEM. It was like a singer movie, and like that movie completely flopped. I think it also wasn't very good, but also it did not perform well at all.
Yes.
Like I think it was in theaters for like 2 weeks.
Well, that's like it's one of those things, because like I started thinking about it, and it's like if they did a series, like they could have done a little bit more story development, a little bit more backstory on characters. You could have also, which I think this would have also like you could have done a song an episode, technically.
Yeah.
Which then it's like one of those things where it's like, you know, I said like the soundtrack has 12 songs on it, but only 7 of them are from the characters in the movie, and like songs like specifically from the movie. So like, but I think at the same time it would lose a lot of its steam.
Yeah.
Because I do feel like, and this is a me thing more recently, a lot of series I start losing steam watching.
Yeah.
Especially if I'm binging something.
Yeah.
I just lose steam. At one point, like when we were doing Tires, I said it to you during that. I got to like episode 6, and I'm like...
And I did the opposite. I watched like one a night.
Yeah. You know, so it's... like, but it was one of those things that I've been thinking about. Is like, if this was a series...
Or what if this movie was 2 hours, and it had more development? Would that have been too much?
See, that's the thing, is like, as much as... Because it is interesting, because ever since you said, like, you know, like, they didn't include much of the other characters, now that has been just in my mind, like, yes, this is just Rumi and Jinnu. And it's like, it really does hit the sweet spot, with it being just 90 minutes, or 100 minutes, or whatever it is. It really does hit that sweet spot. But you do lose a lot of the backstory on characters. Some of the other characters become more so supporting sideline.
Not even like backstory. It's like the whole person in and of itself. Like, like your favorite character, like you only know stuff about her because she sang it in one song.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, honestly, you know. And also, I will say this: I did love the fact when she's like, when they're doing the signings, and they're like, "We'll do it together." And Zoe's like, "I'm not gonna sign with no soldier boy." And then one of them sits down, and she is like, "Sup." I was dying at that point. Like I was like, yeah.
You know what? He could have had a line then.
Yeah,
didn't have a line.
You know what? Some of them did have lines. Some of the demons did have lines though with Mira at that point.
Okay.
Because they were like, "You've been staring at me. I've seen it." And they said, "No, I haven't." Okay, it was the one that had the abs and the popcorn. Yeah. Overall, I'm gonna give this a strong 4.5 out of 5.
Okay.
Because it's one of those movies where, am I gonna watch it again? Probably not. Am I gonna be listening to the soundtrack for the rest of 2025? 1,000,000%.
Okay. I gave it a 2.6.
A 2.6 out of 5?
2.6 out of 5.
Okay.
It's enjoyable. It's not for me. It wasn't made for me.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing is, it's like it knows for the people who like K-pop, this is made like bang. There you go, right? For someone like me who was just kind of caught off guard fully, but then also I'm a sucker for a romantic movie. I mean, like that's who I am.
Husky loves love.
I love love. Love doesn't love me though, but I love love. Yeah, so it's one of those things though. I mean, it's one of those things. I'm not gonna fight you on it because it's one of those things. Like this is such a.
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just like it's okay.
Yeah, it is. It's literally it's
good. It's good. It's not for me.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna watch it again. Cat might watch it again. Cat watch it twice.
I was gonna say I might watch it again, but it's one of those things where like I will say it is interesting because like I told DeNutte before I said like, hey, let's watch this. Hadn't watched the movie yet. Listened to all the songs though. And then he's like, have you watched it yet? I was like, no. And then I finally got a chance to watch it. And I watched it, and after watching it, I realized I knew almost everything that was happening just based off of the music videos I watched. There was a couple things that I didn't know about, and a couple, but it wasn't anything major.
Yeah.
You know?
I went in, almost completely blind.
Yeah.
Which is good. I like that.
Yeah. Exactly.
Because, it didn't sway me either way. I just know people liked it. So I went in with, nothing. I knew there were songs, I knew it was K-pop, and I knew there was demons. I didn't know there was going to be a demon boy band.
Yeah. I love that. That moment is hilarious, too, when they're first, it's like, we're going to make a boy band. And it's like, they all start laughing. They're like, that's not going to work. And then they all turn from, demons into, hot boys. And they're like, okay, yeah, no, that would work. Yeah,
they were hot boys.
Yeah. So, overall, I would say, I would suggest this to someone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even if even if this is something that I drank, for instance, Rob. I would recommend this to Rob.
From what you describe, I feel like Rob would like this.
I think Rob would be down.
Because he's this tough, grumbly guy, but he might be he watches this and goes, oh.
Yeah. Well, there's a meme that I've been seeing where it's just a dude with headsets in and he's just looking he's really, just kind of pissed off looking, and it's like me every day, and then it's like what's in my headset, and it's the final song, what it sounds like playing, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like, it's like, yeah, that's been me for the last week now,
and then it's a picture of me, what am I listening to, and it's just I'm listening to a Dune book. I've been listening to this novel that's based off the Dune universe, but it's not Dune. It's they're like, hey, what if we made Dune, but it didn't suck? And it wasn't just on one planet. So that's what I've been listening to.
I love that.
And I'm on the third book already, and I love it.
That's awesome. So at the end of the day, we both like the movie.
Yeah, you should watch it.
We both like the movie. I like it a lot more.
The Netflix podcast reviewers are telling you to go watch this on Netflix.
Dude, it's crazy how much we've been doing it with Netflix recently.
Yeah.
So next week.
The songs are good.
Yeah,
songs are good. It's fun.
Yeah. My soda pump, my little soda pump.
Yeah, it falls there's tension. Things are good. Tension happens. There's a climax where the main character, something bad happens, and she must redeem herself amongst those people she loves to beat the evil, and then she beats the evil.
Yeah. It does. I think I was one of the final things I'll say on it is I do think it does a great job. It never overdoes anything. It never overdoes the humor. It never overdoes the tension. It never overdoes the emotion. If they had one more scene where it was the two of them going on a date, I would have been like, this is too much. Yeah, no, that's the thing. Is it's weird how much it's it almost hits the perfect spot.
Yeah, because they essentially they went on 2 dates together, right? I would call that right. They had 2 meetings.
3.
3. They had 3. Okay, yeah, 3. So I think anything.
They had the first one on the rooftop where she tries to kill him because he's like, we got to talk about those pants, teddy bears and trains. Choo choo.
It's funny.
Yeah. That's the thing. Is it's
cute. It's a very cute movie.
Yes. If you if you love love, you're gonna love this movie.
Yeah.
But next week, I don't remember what I wrote down. We're gonna be doing something. How about that?
Something's gonna happen.
Something's gonna happen. And we're gonna show
Yeah.
you guys or tell you guys about it. But go watch Demon Hunters of
Yeah.
the K-pop variety.
The K-pop variety.
Until 2 years from now, where we get country and it's in Alabama.
It's not Demon Slayer.
God,
It's not dark.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine like one in like the dirty South where it's country, and like a demon comes up and it's just like in like a swamp and all hears ding 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 ding.
And then he goes, "Oh, I messed up."
I'll be going, sir.
Yeah. You're like, this is hell.
Yeah, so let us know what you guys think down in the comments down below. We'd like to know what you guys think. If there's any K-pop songs that we should listen to,
Bang, bang, bang.
please fill up my
Good one.
playlist.
Yep.
Yeah, let me know down in the comments down below, right? And as always, depending on where you are, morning, afternoon, even night, stay out of trouble, stay safe, and we talk to y'all later. Okay, bye.